what you waiting for. I think we're ready to ride.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a full day of eating on prep. It's very exciting. It's a refeed day, 1,000 gram carb refeed across 2 days. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I eat to fill out and get fresh and bigger and full when I am 12 weeks out from a show, when I am very flat, depleted. You know, how I went from a flatter look to then eating that food to go to this look. So this is the post refeed look that you can see right now. This is the look which is fresher and fuller. And that look was created by the foods that you're about to watch me eat. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I approach my high days and what it looks like for a natural pro bodybuilder. But yeah, we're not gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna get straight into it because I am starving, as you would expect, being on prep, and I've got a lot of food to eat, which is very exciting. So yeah, it's the morning right now. We're gonna make the pre-workout meal because I'm training in the mornings on Mondays. Let's do it, let's get into it. Okay, we have pre-workout meal, which if you watch my last video, you actually know what I'm having because I explained my pre-workout meal in my last video, and the meal has not changed. So despite having 275 grams of carbs more than my usual training day, this meal stayed the same. And why is that? Why have I kept this meal the same? Because I'm already having 100 grams of carbs pre-workout. I always have. When I'm dieting, I keep the carbs at the highest pre-workout because that's giving me the energy needs when I need energy, when I'm training. It's so important you keep that pre-workout meal high in calories when you're dieting. However, when you're eating more food, you could think, oh, I need to put loads of food in pre-workout. Well, you've got food everywhere now. So I've got 500 carb in yesterday and today, 1,000 grams of carbs total. That's a lot of carbs, and glycolysis uptake is a gradual process. You've got to think of carbing up as a steady process, not just like a one-off event and then you're full. In fact, this food will be hitting me like later into the week. Genuinely, glycolysis uptake can take like 3 days. So now I've got a lot more food in. There's no point me throwing loads of food into this meal because all that's going to do is just make it harder to digest this meal. And that will potentially actually negatively impact my session. So keeping digestion in a good spot pre-workout and then putting the carbs in elsewhere is a very smart move to get the fullness up. I don't need more calories in this meal. There's no need. So we've got 150 grams of oats. We've got 150 grams of berries, 25 grams of dark chocolate and nut butter. So like as a total, so like 10 grams of dark chocolate, maybe 15 grams of nut butter. It's 100 grams of carb. It is 25 grams of fat. And the way you saw I had the Dubai chocolate perform, so nice, really, really good. I recommend that. So yeah, that's a very nice protein. Elite Starts Power 10, you can get that. The whey went down to 40 grams of whey. It's because protein's a lot lower today. I'll explain that a little bit later, why protein's lower. But yeah, pre-workout meal going down now. Let's do a taste test quickly. That's good. It's a very happy day today. Right, so we got meal number 2, post-workout. So yeah, that was a really good session today. I mean, obviously it was gonna be good with the extra food. It wasn't like crazy, it's not like I progressed loads, but I retained across the board in the session. So I was really happy with it. This banana is like proper mushy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I was really happy with the fact that everything retained, because I kind of like just used it as an opportunity to retain with better execution. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that because I had more glycogen that I could utilize in my lats. I felt so much better. So I've set things up well going into next week. And yeah, I felt really good. I don't feel bursting full yet, but definitely feel pretty good. So post-workout, 150 grams of cream of rice with 100 grams of banana. And then we've got the Ninja Creamy. So we're gonna have ice cream as well. So there's a bit of sodium in here, there's 1 gram of salt, 1 gram of salt in that. I had 2 grams of salt pre-workout, so important for contractions. I also had cyclic dextrin when I trained, that was 25 grams of carb, but I don't really count that as a meal. It's not a meal. Yeah, so we're putting in a lot of carbs post-workout. It's the best time you can uptake nutrients and use them really efficiently is post-workout. When you're in a more depleted state, insulin sensitivity is very good. So I'm gonna push the carbohydrates straight to the muscle, low fats, pure carb, prioritize recovery as much as possible. Protein, obviously, from the whey, ice cream. And yeah, it's gonna be a good meal. I'm absolutely starving, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel like I've eaten a lot of food yesterday now, after training. Yeah, but there's obviously a lot more meals to come, which is exciting. 137 grams of carbs in this meal. It's a lot. This is a big bowl of cream of rice. Yeah, I love cream of rice right now. If you haven't had cream of rice, I recommend it if you're dieting. Growing phase, I can't do it. It's so filling, which is why I love it right now. But you know, if I had this meal when I was bulking, I'd probably die. Ice cream and that would be tough. But yeah, so there's a bit of a mixture, blueberry muffin, vanilla, cream of rice. I was running out of the blueberry muffin, so I had both, trained by JP. But yeah, I'm starving, so let's eat. All right, guys, we got meal number 3. Now, you might notice I'm in a different place. I'm at my parents' house. So on Mondays, I train in the morning. I then pick up my son Milo from nursery, and I then take him to my parents and I do work. So I've got my laptop today for check-ins, and I'm just going through check-ins, but just having a bit of break to have my meal. It is about 4 p.m. And yeah, this meal's actually not that exciting. Well, it's not bad. It's 50 grams of oats in this very small bowl, which is actually, I found at my parents, is perfect for 50 gram oat servings. It makes it look like it's loads of oats. You know, if I held it like that, kind of looks like the 150 grams of oats this morning. Nah, not really, but. And then I've got a salad with, it's like mustard, sriracha, a bit of balsamic vinegar on there, because it's literally barely any calories. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this salad, I'm gonna have the oats. So we're looking at about 35 grams of carbs, 10 grams of peanut butter on top of the oats, 1 gram of salt in the oats, because if you're having oats without salt, what are you doing? So much better when you add salt to oats. And yeah, so that is about 9 grams of fat, 11 grams of fat, 29 grams of protein. The protein's really low. So we're doing 200 grams of protein today, Why? We're just preserving those calories to come in from carbohydrates. And, you know, the science does suggest protein does not need to be that high realistically for protein synthesis to be where it needs to be. I think protein being high for people is great because it's satiating, and that's like, it's more like the mental enjoyment of eating a good amount of chicken, because this is not much chicken and it's quite depressing. Because when you have a lot of carbs, you're not getting that much complete protein. But, you know, how much complete protein do you really need? You don't need that much. You know, science has shown that. So yeah, preserving space for digestion from carbs is a good move to do. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this salad, I'm gonna eat some oats, I'm gonna take a break from work and watch something for 5 minutes. And then as soon as I finish the food, it's back to work. But I'm at that point of prep where I cannot eat without watching something. Otherwise you just eat too quick. Like
Where's that video?
I can eat food so fast when I'm on prep, and it just does not touch the sides. So yeah, very hungry. Let's get this food in.
A 2. I don't know where it was. The stories. Really?
Yeah.
You probably put together some rhymes out there, and I could have.
You know what? You know what's funny? I remember one time I went to a party with a girl.
All right, we got meal number 4 going down. It's about 6:30 p.m. So you'll notice every single meal today has carbs in. Now, when you're bulking and you're in a growing phase, I wouldn't recommend that, because having some time away from like just stressing out your pancreas all the time is actually really useful. So maybe your first meal, just do protein only so the pancreas can have a bit of a break. Because when you're bulking, your insulin sensitivity is inevitably going to get worse over time. So having space like that can help preserve insulin sensitivity. But when you're doing high days in a diet, you don't need to worry about that, because you're getting leaner. So your insulin sensitivity is going to be getting better. So it's good to have carbs in every meal, because your digestion will be perfect for every single meal you have. And better digestion means better use of food always. So we've got 100 grams of cucumber, which is an absolute diet hack. I love cucumber right now. It's like 2 grams of carb. The volume you can get is great. I do have to resist the urge sometimes, just like munching on cucumber, because I know how low carb it is, and it's just, everything tastes amazing right now, but it's just very hydrating at the same time, because it's just water. But yeah, 100 grams of cucumber. Then I air fried, like basically cremated little bits of chicken, because I'm only doing 100 grams. So I thought I'd make it like almost like popcorn chicken, like it's tiny bits. Very, very dry and crispy. I quite like it like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 20 grams of peanut butter over the top of the chicken. Chicken with peanut butter, elite combo, absolutely elite. So yeah, I have a lot of peanut butter in my diet right now. Well, in the high days, that's just because I really enjoy it, and fats it up a little bit, and it's what I want to eat. But if I was like in peak week, I'd probably put in a bit of olive oil, some better fat sources in elsewhere, just for digestion really. Nut butters is a good option in peak week, but maybe not every meal like I'm doing right now. But I just love it, so can't help myself. But yeah, 20 grams. I'm actually going to double check it's meant to be 20 grams. Yeah, we're good, 20 grams. You know what? So this is my diet, I wrote it all yesterday off the mat. There's a wasp, oh fucking hell. I'm actually going to do 10 grams because I'd rather have 30 grams of dark chocolate or nut butter in my last meal. And I don't need that much because it's a pretty small meal. So why is there a wasp wanting cucumber? That would not be good. Getting stung on a high day, that would ruin the mood. Yeah, 10 grams. There we go, mix it up. We've got the rice, 75 grams of white rice, not too bad. It's kind of his diet in numbers though, isn't it? It's because the next meal is going to be a lot. Probably shouldn't do this, it ruins the pan. I'm lazy. You know what, we'll take that. That's quite a lot of volume. It's cooked for a while, so if you let rice simmer for ages, it just gets so much volume, and it gets very fluffy. Literally 1 gram of salt, not much at all. And then this barbecue sauce, which is nearly run out. It's like got barely any calories at all. It's literally 30 grams is 10 calories. We're gonna do 20 grams. And then we're gonna do some 10 grams of sriracha. Lovely. Mix it up. My food focus is not good. Meal number 4. Chicken, rice, nut butter. Don't knock it until you try it, because people will be thinking, what are you doing? Try it and then let me know. Anyone that's ever said that to me and then they tried it, they're like, oh, okay, I understand. So this meal, 100 grams of chicken, 75 grams of rice, 100 grams of cucumber, 20 grams of nut butter. It is around 62 grams of carb, 2 grams of fat, 24 grams of protein. Welcome back to my kitchen. I feel like if anyone's been watching the recent videos, you've watched a lot of me in this kitchen, but realistically, I guess that's kind of what it's like. Watching a bodybuilder's YouTube channel is literally just a bodybuilder in the gym, in the kitchen, or in a car. That is essentially the majority of the videos, but a bit repetitive, but that is bodybuilding. So I've got my cream of rice bowl, because who would have guessed? The next meal is going to be cream of rice. So it's like 9 p.m. I like to have this meal pretty close to bed. It just helps with sleep. Like realistically, I have it like 30 minutes before and I just head to bed. Although there is a lot of food in this. So maybe today we'll have a slight gap. Yeah, usually it's good to do that when you don't have loads of food, but if you have a little bit more food, maybe give yourself a little bit more time. So what are we gonna do? What flavor are we gonna do? I take my options very seriously. We've got lemon meringue, vanilla, or chocolate hazelnut. Now I was thinking, because I've got dark chocolate and peanut butter on top of the cream of rice, that's quite strong. They're quite strong flavors, so you need a strong flavor with it. And I do feel like lemon meringue could be the one, because I've had lemon meringue only on its own, and I imagine lemon meringue with dark chocolate melted on top is going to be very, very good. I'm very intrigued to try it. So yeah, let's do that. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that lemon meringue cream of rice was right at the back of my cupboard. Just hasn't been used in a while. It's good though. Cream by JP, cream of rice, always. Has anyone ever done that where they put it in just before the scale turns on? Brilliant. That is annoying. And the bowl is a little bit wet, so that's just stuck to the... We're gonna have to lose a scoop. Let's try that again. There we go. When you're on a refeed and you get to do this, where you just put loads and loads of scoops in, it's so satisfying. More. It's very satisfying doing this. 150 grams is what we need. There's no way I'm going under 150.2. I'll take the 0.2. So this is a staple for me, even when I'm dieting, is Greek yogurt. It's definitely like, I would say, a bit of a diet hack actually if you like sweet food, because you can just put peanut butter into the diet brain. Diet brain is hitting me right now. Protein, you can put protein into the yogurt and it makes it sweet. So if you like sweet food, you like a dessert. I actually, when I was on holiday with my mates, I gave them this and they were like so amazed. They were just so shocked. So they're definitely gonna have that at home. I'm converting them to bodybuilder meals. Nico, if you're watching this, I hope you're still eating that Greek yogurt. But yeah, so just doing 250 grams and then 10 grams of whey mixed in. So it's pretty nice. It's like a sweet thing with lots of protein. Obviously 25 grams of protein and 250 grams of this. And when you're on prep, like even that without protein to me tastes nice. So yeah, it's a very good protein source to get in, and it's very satiating as well because it digests slowly. All right guys, there we have it. Final meal of the day next to me. I actually I ran out of frozen raspberries, annoyingly. So we've got 50 grams of frozen mango, which is literally nothing, but I like to eat my fruit separate from, like, I don't want to mix it in the cream of rice. I'd rather just have it after and just like extend how long I'm eating for. So yeah, cream of rice, 150 grams, 15 grams of dark chocolate, 15 grams of nut butter, 250 grams of yogurt, 10 grams of whey, so that's like the protein, and then mango. So it's a good setup. I don't know what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with the yogurt. Yeah, food volume is quite high in this meal. I wouldn't be doing this one day out, that's for sure. But I'm not one day out, so we're all good. But yeah, there's a lot of carbs going into this meal. About like 120-ish. But yeah, so full day of macros were 500 carb, 60 fat, 200 protein. That was done 2 days in a row. So 1,000 grams of carbs total being pushed in to get myself full, fresh, and ready to get after the fat loss again, which I'm really excited for. Yeah, sometimes at this time of the day, you're at the end of your high day, you're like, fuck. But genuinely, I'm just so eager just to get fucking pilled now. Try not to get too emotionally attached to your high days, because it can be hard when you get to this stage and you're finishing the meal, you're back to it. But you got to try and appreciate the dieting foods, the salads, the Greek yogurt on its own. Just get excited to get back to the stuff and get after it and just full send. Full send, that's the plan. The next stint is going to be exciting. The next stint is literally the one where we really touch crazy levels of conditioning. So I'm here for it. Anyway, yeah, this is staring me in the face and I want to eat, and I'm not going to film myself eat the whole food. Sorry. Maybe we'll do an eating challenge after prep. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to get this food down. Appreciate you guys watching. Like the video. Subscribe. All the usual stuff. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon. I don't think it'll be an eating video though. Probably in the gym, because we've done back-to-back eating videos. But yeah, cheers for watching guys. See you soon.